Hi, everybody. So we're going to try lesson 13.5. So go math, chapter 13, lesson 5 on problem solving. And this is on problem solving and finding the area. Our essential question here is how can you use the strategy solve a simpler problem to solve area problems? So back to finding area here. So just remember area is base times your height. And we'll get into this problem. A landscaper is laying grass for a rectangular playground. The grass will cover the whole playground except for a square sandbox. The diagram shows the playground and sandbox. How many square yards of grass will the landscaper use? Use the graphic organizer below to solve the problem. So, a couple things to make sure you get from the picture. Your height here of the playground is 15. The base is 25, and that's the entire rectangle. And then we're going to have a square, very important here, square sandbox. So that's why they only give you one number here of 6, because once they told you this was a square, all sides are going to be 6. So I'm going to do a quick actually, I think I'm going to snip this a little closer. All right. So now let's take a look at what we need on this actual problem. So we're going to read the problem. I need to find how many, and we're going to need square yards. I'm going to abbreviate here. Square yards of grass the landscaper will use. The grass will cover the playground. The grass will not cover the sandbox. The length and width of the playground, this is very important, 15 and 25. The side length of the square, very important, sandbox is 6. Oops, I wanted to scroll up. Looks like I may have cut off part of this problem down here. How will I use this information? I can solve simpler problems, find the area, and in here I'm going to want it to say find the area of the sandbox and also find the area of the playground. So I'm hoping that's all that's under there. We'll go back to that in a couple minutes. All right, so it says here first find the area of the playground. Well, we know that from our information box over here that it was 15 by 25 yards. So let's say you don't know your 25s or your 15s. We're going to do some quick math here, where 5 times 5 is 25, carry a 2, 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12, placeholder 0, 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 2 is 2, we don't need that anymore, and add up here to get 375 square yards. Now we need the area of the sandbox. Well, each side of the sandbox was 6, so 6 times 6 here will give us 36. Also good to note that in the model, it will give you many of the answers that you need, so it's a good way to double check. Last, subtract these two numbers. Be very careful here. You do need to regroup. So I get 15 minus 6 is 9, 6 minus 3 is 3, and then I have a 3 in the hundreds place. So we'll need 339 square yards of grass. Give it a try. I'm going to close out this window And let's see if I missed anything down here. All right, so I don't feel like I missed too much in the bottom part of that question, and we're just going to move on from there. Oh, that's the end of the page. All right, so I'm going to